Hello quilty friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and I make videos about quilting and my creative life. And today I have a proposal to start a new project as always, but I'm inviting all of you to join along with me. Anywhere that you can find me on the web is listed down in the description box below, including staying up to date daily with what I'm making on Instagram and TikTok. And now you can also find me on Patreon for exclusive weekly content and also a monthly Zoom session. I am so excited for that. So that will be an opportunity where as a community we can get together and have a monthly Zoom. It will be on the first Friday of every month at 6 p.m. That's UK time. If that becomes quite a popular option, I might run a second session that may be a better time for people that live in different countries. Obviously not compulsory or anything like that, it's just a different option for people to access more content from me. Nothing will change here on my YouTube channel or any of my other socials. I'll still be uploading a video every Sunday to YouTube with the occasional Wednesday when I have something extra to talk about or to show you. The Wednesdays aren't always guaranteed, it's just when there is something, but no schedule will change. All of that will remain absolutely the same for everyone on my YouTube channel, and thank you everyone for being here. So let me show you and talk to you about a new project. So I was a little bit late to the party and I've recently saw this quilt by Lori Holt. It's the Home Town quilt, and these are all appliqued house blocks, and then there's some traditional pieced blocks through the centre. Now this pattern, I think she ran as a make along in September last year, and she made a block each week. So what I'm proposing with my lovely friend over on Instagram, she also has a YouTube channel which is the Orchid Craft Room. I'll leave the links in the description box. So we are both co-hosting this little make along, which is very informal. All we're going to be doing is making one block each month starting on the 1st of September. So I'm making this to give you a little bit of opportunity to get prepared, but also opportunity for me to get things sorted, which I'll be going through in this video. And then I think there's 40 of these. We've got no set guidelines on making these smaller blocks, but I think I'll try and make a few a month just to make it manageable. The whole pattern is completely free from Lori Holt. She's got blog posts giving you all the details, and she's got video tutorials on how to do the techniques and these smaller blocks. But there are a few things that you do have to buy in order to make the pattern. So I'll run through those with you. I'll show you what I've got. And yeah, the things that I need to do today is make one of those portable design boards. I haven't got any of those and I think that will be really handy. But in the video, she pins everything onto the design board before sewing it. So I think I need to get that made, and I've got my fabrics that I bought from the festival last weekend, and I've also got some additional fabrics to go with it here because last month I received a lovely gift from Missouri Star Quilting Company, and as always they have provided a 20% discount for all of my viewers who place an order, and that is orders over $50. So if you wanted to join in, all of these are available from Missouri Star. It is a little bit more difficult to find UK suppliers of the items, especially the Lori Holt things. So if you're in the UK, you can either order from Missouri Star, but obviously you've got the postage. They are quite quick at arriving. This arrived within about a week, or you might want to search online and find it elsewhere. So the main thing that you need, in addition to fabrics and things, is these So Simple shapes. Now these are applique templates. I've never used anything like this before, but essentially for making all of the blocks, so like this block here, all of that is made out of a combination of the pieces inside this block, and you layer them on top of each other. She gives you instructions on measurements and all that type of thing. So you can probably get the gist of the quilt. It's all appliqued and it's layered on top of each other, and it's very dimensional. It is a technique of applique that I've not done before. It's the type, is it called like reverse applique or something, or interfacing applique, where you sandwich them two together, you cut the interface and then you turn it right sides out. I've never done that type of applique, so I'm going to give it a practice today to make sure I can get it all right. I haven't got any sewing interfacing. You can get some from Lori Holt herself. I'm going to try and get some from my local haberdashery, I think. But I've got something that I can practice with today, a little bit of interfacing. So I've got that. And then for my main fabric, instead of a Lori Holt fabric, I've decided to go for the Moda 30s Playtime. And I got a layer cake from Missouri Star. But then when I was at the festival, because this wouldn't have been enough to do some of the blocks, especially like the blues and the greens, which appear quite a lot in this quilt. This is the free download, and in here it gives you how much is required on each colour, so it is very detailed. You know me though, I'll probably cut as I go along. I shan't cut in advance. You know I'm not that prepared. So I wanted some to pad it out. I got these as my background prints, so those will be like the sky and the background of the blocks. Then I've got green for grass, that is a Lori Holt one. I did buy another green, but I don't think they go. I've got these two greens for the grass. I thought it was quite important to have things that was small scale prints. That's a tealy greeny blue, I hope that's showing up. And then there was quite a few like oranges and sand colours and plant pots and things throughout the quilt. So I bought these. These aren't Moda, I don't think. I just picked them at the show because I thought they kind of go with the tones. Again, there's a lot of navies in the quilt. And then I just picked these up to accent. I'll try and pull from the layer cake first. Shall we open the layer cake? I'll at least open one of the directions. Yeah, I'll try and pull from the layer cake first so that I can use it up, because a layer cake is something that I absolutely hoard. So there was lots in here that I didn't pick up duplicates of. Oh, I love that. And I think it would just work really well. Oh, I did get one of those. And like this one, I think these would just go brilliantly and work really nicely. I did buy a fat quarter of this, but I think it's too busy for the sky. I'm quite happy with these that I've got. So I need to get organised so that I'm ready to go for the 1st of September. If you do want to join in, I'll be posting over on my Instagram regularly throughout the month using hashtag hometown sew along, which was the hashtag that Lori Holt originally used for her sew along. So you'll find lots and lots of inspiration over on that hashtag. So let's get to doing the practical bits and pieces now then. Oh, but before I do that, would you like to see some of the other goodies that I got from Missouri Star? So I got a tiny 1/2-inch hexagon template because I want to do some tiny hand piecing. You know what I'm like. And then I wanted to get some Christmas bits. So I got two cute, kind of like retro style mini charms. So I think I'll make a small Christmas project out of that. And then I got this wonderful panel, which I am planning to make into a quilt maybe in a month or so. Wrong way. Can you make it out? It's like a red work panel of Santa, like a vintage Santa. This is by Moda, and what I'm going to do is I didn't opt to get any reds from this collection, but I did opt to get a cream low volume because then I would have known that that was the same cream. This is 1/2 metre or a metre. A metre, I think. Then I know that these creams match and I can just get some reds locally. So if there is anything that you fancy from Missouri Star, there'll be a link in the description box. Just click that link, add anything to your basket, and once it's over £50, the discount is $50. The discount is automatically applied at the checkout, but it doesn't apply to things like sale items or big ticket items like the Jenny boxes or irons or anything like that. Now let's get into the practical things. So for the design boards, I'm following the video that Lori Holt herself put out. I'll leave the link to that in the description box. But basically I've took a large foam board from Hobbycraft. It come in a large sheet, and then I got my partner to just cut it down for me. I did try it myself and I've left the edges uneven on the bits that I did, so he did a much better job than me. And then all you do is you put wadding over it and then attach these strips of binding, which I've pressed in half according to her tutorial, and you just zigzag stitch them across. Those two are still together. So I've got enough here to do 4 boards, I think. Quite different sizes. I'll only have one that's big enough for the Home Town quilt, but I shouldn't need to stack up multiple blocks if I'm sewing them straight away. So I'll start off with a smaller and more manageable size and work my way up to the bigger one, because the binding might be a bit tricky on that. So it's just a hot glue method and it looks like quite straightforward to follow, so let's have a go. And this wadding that I'm using, it was actually one that I bought to go on the front of my design board, but the one here on the wall, but it wasn't actually very wide. It's only like 20 inches wide or something, so there would have been quite a few joins in it. And I'm not going to use it for making quilts because it doesn't have a very good drape. It's actually quite stiff, and it's a nice white colour, so I thought it'd be really good for doing this. So I cut it larger than needed, and now I'm just going to cut it down to size. And these were some scissors that was also included in the Missouri Star. I've had to put some ribbon on it because they look very much like my kitchen scissors. I'm quite pleased with how that's coming out. Burnt my hands a few times, but I have got one of these like smoothing tools that Lori used in the video as well, so I'm going to press on and get these made. So I'm just having a go at the applique method. So I've done one and I'm quite happy with it. It's a little bit pointy here. This is the shape that it was supposed to be. So it's still a little bit pointed. So I'm going to be brave and try one with more curves and things like that. The thing that I was worried about that I'm quite is that the interfacing doesn't show around the front or anything like that. The interfacing is completely hidden, so when I do my needle turn applique I'll just be able to hide it all, and I still haven't pressed that yet, so I think again once it's pressed it will be a little bit neater as well. But let me have a go at the second one and we'll see how it comes out. Done that one as well, not come out super smooth like the template, but I wouldn't say it's too bad. Let's see what it's like when I iron it, because I haven't ironed either of them, and I also don't have a point turner. I have got one, but it's not very pointy at all. So I've tried using my tweezers. I also went and got a plant label. That didn't work very well, so I might have to get a good point turner. They're not very expensive, are they? Because I can see that this hasn't come out right just there, so I'll get a point turner I think, but also give it a press. And it has been a month or so since I watched the tutorial by Lori, so I'll give that another watch again before I go ahead and start the quilt. And perhaps I haven't got the, like I said, I haven't got the right interfacing, have I? So that might be playing a part in it as well. Yeah, Let's give it a press and see how it looks. But most importantly, I was worried that the interfacing would show, but it's not at all. It's staying behind the shape, which is good. Everything else we can work on, my own personal technique, as long as the actual technique works. And I don't think I showed you, did I? I've done all the boards. I had some small pieces left over, so I've done some small ones. This one will be great for the Alice Caroline 100 blocks. This one I'll probably just put down for my hand piecing, and then a nice larger one, and then the 18 inch is the one that you need for this. The blocks I think are, I can't remember, they're either 12 or 14 inch the house blocks are, so you need one with a good amount of room on it, so I've got that. Well, those have actually pressed out really quite nice actually. I'm quite happy with that. I hope you can see. Let me put my new board behind it. Do they stick to the board? No, they don't stick to the board. I'm quite happy with those, so all that I need to do now is rewatch the tutorial, get a point turner and get some sewing interfacing, because this is some type of polyester stabiliser that I use for my machine embroidery. So it all just works very similarly, doesn't it? They're all the same type of thing. So I feel confident now, I'm all prepped. Perhaps all that I need is a nice little box to keep everything safe and stored in, and then it's time to wait until September 1st. So I hope you choose to join in with myself and Tamsin for the make-along. Leave me a comment below if you are thinking of joining in, it would be wonderful, and don't forget to follow me and Tamsin over on Instagram if you haven't already. So until next time, you take care, bye bye.